Hi there, and welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Explained. This is a video series where we explain the massive conspiracies going on in A Song of Ice and Fire. If you haven't seen our previous videos, we suggest watching those first. So let's continue on with Eddard 9, A Game of Thrones. This chapter is 2,484 words long. In this chapter, Littlefinger leads Ned to the brothel that Jon Arryn visited. There, they talk to a young whore with a daughter that has the look of King Robert. As they are returning to the Red Keep, Ned's party is ambushed by Jaime Lannister and his men. In retribution for the abduction of his brother, Jaime has Ned's escort killed. Ned's leg is broken during the fight and loses consciousness. Ned finds Littlefinger in the common room of the Château's brothel, talking with an elegant black-skinned woman. His guardsman, Heward, is gambling for the removal of clothes with a whore while Jory watches from the window. Ned declares his business done, and Jory Castle moves to bring the horses around while Littlefinger makes a joke about what part of the king's anatomy the hand of the king might be filling in for in a brothel. In no mood for Littlefinger's jokes, Ned gruely declares he is no longer the hand. Outside, it is raining as they mount up. As they ride the deserted streets, Littlefinger tells Ned that he is considering buying the brothel because brothels make much sounder investments than ships. They do not sink, and pirates pay good coin like everyone else. As they ride back toward the Red Keep in the rain, Ned remembers the night his sister Lyanna was betrothed to Robert. Lyanna told him that Robert would never keep to one bed. Ned, who had already held Robert's first bastard daughter, assured her that Robert was a good man who would love her with all his heart. Lyanna responded that one could not change a man's nature. After what he has seen this night, Ned cannot say his sister was wrong. Ned's business at Château's brothel was to meet the prostitute with Robert's bastard daughter named Barra. The child resembled Robert, and the girl was proud to show him that the baby had the king's nose and hair. Ned still remembers that Robert's firstborn had the same hair. The girl asked him to tell Robert how beautiful their daughter is, that she has not been with anyone else, and that she is waiting for him. Eddard vowed that she and the child would be well cared for. As he rides, Ned reflects that he is cursed to always keep his promises, while Robert can swear undying love and forget it. By the morning, Ned thinks about Jon Snow and wonders why the gods give men such lust only to frown on bastards. Ned then asks Littlefinger about Robert's bastards. Littlefinger says he does not know exactly how many there are. He goes on to speak in detail about Robert's acknowledged bastard Edric Storm, the son of a cousin to the king's sister-in-law. Littlefinger also speaks of a rumoured pair of twins of a serving maid at Castle Rock, which Cersei had killed. Ned is surprised that Robert would stand by and let such a thing happen, but then recalls that Robert seems to have grown adept at shutting his eyes. Ned asks why Jon Arryn would suddenly take an interest in Robert's bastards. Peter suggests that maybe Robert asked him to. Ned declares Jon Arryn was killed for something more than that, and thinks of Rhaegar Targaryen for the first time in years, and wonders if the Dragon Prince frequented brothels. Somehow, he thinks not. Suddenly, they are surrounded by at least 20 Lannister guardsmen. Jaime Lannister rides up and declares he is looking for his brother, who apparently had some trouble on the road. Ned tells him that Catelyn took Tyrion prisoner to answer for his crimes. This causes Littlefinger to groan in dismay, and Jaime to move forward and draw his sword. Jaime demands that Ned show his steel, declaring that he will butcher Ned, but prefer it if Ned will fight back. Jaime then suggests Littlefinger leave if he does not want blood on his expensive clothes. Littlefinger needs no urging, but assures Ned that he will bring the City Watch, which again is all part of Littlefinger's endgame, since Janos Slynt is a Littlefinger crony and the City Watch will decide the coming Stark-Lannister feud. The Stark guardsmen have drawn their swords, but it is 3 against 20. So Ned reminds Jaime that if he dies, Catelyn will kill Tyrion. Jaime doesn't believe him, but he is unwilling to chance it, so he tells his men not to harm Ned. Yet, Jaime refuses to leave Ned entirely unchastened, so he orders Ned's guardsmen killed. Ned and his men are quickly overwhelmed. Heward and Weil are cut down. Jory manages to break free, but returns almost immediately and is killed. In the confusion, Ned's horse slips and falls, and Ned is blinded by the pain of his leg breaking. When he opens his eyes again, Ned drags himself through the mud. When Littlefinger and the Goldcloaks finally arrive, they find him cradling Jory's dead body. He is returned in horrid pain to the Tower of the Hand. where Grand Maester Pycelle attends to his injury before giving him milk of the poppy. And this is where Eddard 9, A Game of Thrones ends. Now, Littlefinger's actions to seek out the City Watch immediately hints at his plans to use them when the truth of Cersei's incest is exposed, since he knows Cersei will kill Robert when that happens and declare Joffrey king. But without the City Watch, Cersei cannot hope to control the capital, nor can Ned, Renly, or anyone else overthrow Joffrey without his support. However, Littlefinger can't just tell Ned the truth, because that would out him to the Lannisters. Anyway, that's about it for Eddard 9, A Game of Thrones. In the next video, we'll cover Daenerys 4 and continue from there. Now, this chapter has probably one of the most enjoyable changes from the book, even though it doesn't make any sense, and that is Ned and Jaime's fight. Book readers know that Jaime would kill Eddard as easily as if he were Arya. But the fight between the two is a fun watch, and Jaime's reaction to Ned getting speared from behind actually makes you like him more. Meanwhile, in the book, Ned's guardsmen are on horseback, but they are pulled off and killed with swords. Jory Castle briefly escapes, but returns back and is killed by a random Lannister guardsman. Ned also kills Traeger, the captain of the House Lannister Guard in King's Landing. Lastly, the brothel where Barra and her mother live is not owned by Littlefinger like in the show, but by Chatea, a book-only character. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you want to see more of A Song of Ice and Fire Explained, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, when you get the chance, try out Fantasy Flight's A Game of Thrones board game, digital edition.